Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chocolate, and we've got longtime fools Rick Menares and John Quast giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 200 stock in the primary Hidden Gems database. It's Freshpet, ticker symbol FRPT. We rate the strength of Freshpet's business, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible, a 1 is hopeless. Rick's at an 8. John, you're just at a 6.
Yeah, I'm at a 6 here with Freshpet. I, generally speaking, like the pet food industry because it's discretionary, but at the same time, people are going to spend money to feed their pets. It's going to have to be really bad before that ever stops, right? So I do like the resiliency of this space. As far as trends go, I really like that as well here for Freshpet because in general, I think people are wanting to feed their pets more healthy options, and that definitely plays into this trend. I think if you look ahead long term, this kind of a business really resonates with the younger generation, so I think that that's a long-term tailwind here for Freshpet. The only reason I don't rate it higher is because I do question its competitive advantage or its moat. It seems, if this is the future of the industry, it seems easy enough for the larger incumbents to kind of replicate what it's built a little bit. And to that theory, General Mills has its Blue Buffalo brand. It's already launching some products that are similar to Freshpet, so that's why I couldn't go higher. But in general, I do like this business.
Yeah, I'm at an 8. I feel better about the moat here. Freshpet made a genius move 20 years ago when it started to offer supermarkets, drugstores, and department store chains branded refrigerators to stock its food. This was brilliant because the grocery store wasn't going to stock cold pet food in the same coolers as its human food. Freshpet now has almost 40,000 fridges across North America. It controls 80% of the market for refrigerated pet food at the grocery store level. One final point, they literally eat their own dog food. 10 years ago, they put out a couple of viral videos. They're still on YouTube if you want to check it out, of employees and even people off the street eating their food. It's an odd flex, but ahead of its time with the whole humanization of pets trend. 8.
Right on. To add to John's competition point, you're starting to see, kind of like the mattresses have those mail-order kind of mattress brands. Seeing more of that kind of newer competition as well as the older competition. But we'll see. Branding's a lot, and you see those refrigerators every time you go to the supermarket. For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Rick's at an 8, and John, you're also at an 8, but I think a begrudging 8.
I wouldn't call it begrudging. It was a surprised 8 as I reviewed this management team. I mean, you look at it, it's a very mission-oriented team. CEO Bill Cyr, not necessarily a background in pet food, but an experienced executive prior to coming to Freshpet about a decade ago. Growth has been tremendous under his tenure. You look across the management team, and it's packed full of people with experience at large companies such as Procter & Gamble, Colgate-Palmolive. So this is a very experienced team. It's been a net buyer of the stock collectively over the past 12 months, not hugely so, but marginally so, and it still counts. I think it's also been fairly friendly to shareholders in recent years. It did have a capital raise back in 2022 where a little bit of dilution came in, but it's been very under control over the last 3 years or so. So, yes, I'm very impressed with this team.
Yeah, it may have been strange when the CEO made the jump from Sunny Delight to Freshpet 10 years ago, but look at the tape. Revenue has increased ninefold in those 10 years. The stock has lost a bit of ground over the last 5 years, but you can't blame management. It keeps growing. It's business, and it's gaining market share. It rolls over. It doesn't play dead. 8.
Right. For financials, a 10 is a fortress. A 1 is yikes. This time, Rick's got a 7, and John, you've got a 6.
I have a 6 here. The revenue growth has been great for Freshpet, but it is slowing a little bit more recently. Now, one of the good things here is that as its revenue growth has slowed, its profits have really started to surge, and that's really kind of the right timing. As you kind of hit a wall somewhat with your growth, you want to see those profits begin to really scale. And what's really interesting here is that it does have some unused capacity at existing plants, so theoretically, it doesn't have to spend a ton of money to continue to scale its revenue from here because it has unused capacity. I would have ranked it with Rick at a 7, but it has nearly twice as much debt as cash. I like net cash on the balance sheet, so that dinged it down a little bit for me.
Yeah, John mentions Freshpet's strong revenue growth, and I'll add to that. It has posted 10 consecutive years of double-digit revenue growth under CEO Bill Cyr. It's not perfect. Red is a great name for a dog, but unfortunately it's a bad look for a bottom line. And Freshpet has a long history of reported losses. Thankfully, after years of losses, it has come through with back-to-back years of positive and improving profitability. I'm a 7.
All right, Rick, let's talk valuation. How well will Freshpet stock do over the next 5 years, and how safe is it? 10's a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I'm going with 10 to 15% growth. Freshpet isn't cheap, even on a forward earnings basis. However, it's growing. It's a growing business. Its household penetration rate has increased 10% over the past year to 15.2 million homes. It's easy to win over dog and cat owners with fresh food available wherever they do their own shopping. Freshpet is the refrigerated pet food you can get just about anywhere else. I think it can beat the market, and I know it's saying a lot after an ugly stock in recent years. I'm a 7 on safety. Don't underestimate the switching costs for pet food. Once you get your pet started on a new and different type of pet food, it's hard to try something else for many different reasons.
Yeah, I'm 5 to 10%, so a little bit lower than Rick. Here's the thing. I don't love the valuation here at 4 times sales, especially as its growth has started to slow. The other thing that's on my mind is even if this business is managed 100% as good as could possibly be, how good can the margins in a business like this ever possibly be? There's going to be some limitations to how profitable this can be when it's fully at scale. So I'm not sure how much it can generate for shareholders. 5 to 10% for me. As far as safety, I'm a little bit lower at a 6. Again, as I mentioned at the outset, I am thinking about competition in the space. Rick's point is very well taken. But I do give it a better than average chance at competing well from here because it has competed so well up to this point.
Thank you to both John and to Rick. They've given Freshpet a decent overall score of 6.9 out of 10. For top hits, Rick doesn't have any, but John prefers Chewy. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is Mercado Libre. Till then, Fool on.